Yo, let's get some. All right, the voice is toast. I was at the KU-TCU game last night. So get this, my son, I bought us tickets to go to, it would have been his first KU game. He's 14 years old. And I bought him tickets to go to his first KU game back in December. And he got the flu, so we couldn't make it to the game. Anyway, so I just kind of wrote it off, like not that big of a deal. Thought, we'll try it again another day. For Christmas, he gets me tickets to KCTCU last night, and I get to take him to his first KU game at Allen Fieldhouse, where KU down by 15 with 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes to go, came from behind and won it. So I've been doing some reading. That is the 13th time in Division One men's college basketball history that a team has come from 15 from behind from 15 or more points in under 5 minutes. That stat ranges from 1947. So we're gonna do a little bit of digging here. I got to figure some stuff out. We're got some Reddit issues going on, so I'll get into that in a minute. But right now, I'm just curious. Let's take a look. I'll do a screen share here. Let me make sure I got everything reasonably off of here. Yeah, I think we're good. I don't think there's anything really bad on there. All right, that's it. Here we go. All right, let's pull up Grok really quick. I'm just curious how many games there's been played since 1947. See how many have ever been played. It's got to be a lot. My guess was like 150,000. Oh yeah, all right. So 300 to 350,000 games. Wow, 13 times, man. Uh, That'll get the scoregami people going a little bit. Anyway, it's cool. It was super, super cool. I This is the ad campaign that went with off of it. Well, same, the comeback. I've been spamming some KU stuff with it, so I don't know. That seemed like a good idea. I'm kind of in love with the ad campaign. Like I just think there's so many fun things we can do with this. I think there's a good chance that people are gonna take it and meme the shit out of it, and I hope they do. Like that's perfect. I mean, I don't really want them to say horrible stuff, but like nobody even knows our brand. Like I need them to say horrible stuff. Like make it for as bad as you want. I don't care at this point. Like what am I protecting? Brand reputation? Nobody even knows what we do. So we'll see. That was when I first built that concept. I kind of thought about that, and I was like, yeah, if it happens, it happens. Like let's do it. Oh my God, my voice though. That was nuts. I'm exhausted today. And I got family in town, so I'm probably gonna jet out of here about 11:30, which will be about an hour into this stream, and that's probably it for today. All right, so the Reddit story. So I posted my stuff up to Reddit, and I got a message from the Reddit moderators that I had posted twice. This is from my personal account, which I have quite a bit of karma. Like I've used Reddit for more than a decade. I don't think I've ever gotten in trouble on Reddit or been mean to anybody. Like it's just Reddit. It is what it is. Like don't engage with the fools. Um, and but because I posted something for same the night before, weirdly enough, asking like, hey, what restaurants should get a bump? Because there's kind of some bullshit restaurants in restaurant week. And I thought, all right, well, if I can, there's bound to be some like real gems in there. Like, who do we want to bump up to the top and, get people to them? And anyway, because of that, they told me I couldn't post again for 24 hours when I tried to post basically the launch of the company yesterday. Um, Anyway, it is now officially 24 hours. Try it again. Alternately yesterday, because I didn't take no for an answer, of course. So I have a same account for Reddit too, but I was afraid that it would get flagged because nobody knows who the hell that is. Like it's pretty easy to figure out I'm local and real. And so I took so I just reposted the exact same post that I had just got shut down for posting twice in 24 hours and just posted it from the same account. Anyway, I got a nasty message that they did not appreciate that, which I think was automated, but like, I don't know, man. I don't understand the Reddit moderating system. I do not understand how the rules are made. I don't understand what is acceptable, what's not. Just for the record, like in case anybody watches this and doesn't know, this is a self-funded project. I funded this entirely. I hired a developer in Indianapolis, Will Gordon, who is I consider to be a friend at this point, but I'd never talked to the guy before. We met in like this crazy chat room thing through a bubble developer meeting. Just it's a weird story. Anyway, I'll maybe one day I'll just hopefully this takes off and I can tell that story because it's bizarre. Anyway, we've been working together on this for like 6 months, and so I consider the guy a friend, but um, like that's it, man. This is all we yeah, this is 100% me. Like I funded it. I'm local. I'm Kansas City. Like this is, yeah, of course I hope it goes national and global for that matter. We definitely designed it in a way that it could quickly scale, like really quickly, which I think is one of the strong sides of what we're doing is it has potential to like I can add a new city um, in 5 minutes. Everything the same. 5 minutes, new city, go. It won't have any events in it like that. That's a little bit the trick. But if we have a following, especially businesses that post like, hey, we have a table available or whatever, table for six, if that following catches quick in whatever city we go to, or just people posting up like, hey, I want to go roller skating, and fills content, that side of the content, the platform scales quick, man. I think I can hit every city in the United States in less than 30 days. Globally, um, I mean, we could just basically give me a map with the populations next to it, and that's 5 minutes apiece. That's how long it takes to plug them in, and we can scale it up. We'd have to do some server work and things like that in the background, but Bubble scales pretty good. I think Will did a pretty good job with our data storage. It'll cost a fortune, but I mean we can go fast, 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 fast. Just from right now, like we don't have to redevelop. We don't have to, I mean realistically, if we ever get to that point, we're gonna do it ground up and do it. But those just like somebody just threw a whole ton of money at it, wanted to see what happened. Like I mean, I would think like 3 months maybe. We could be in every city on the planet. So kind of cool. It's really mind blowing when you think about it like that. So anyway, so I guess that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna post this to Reddit. Pray to God that they don't nuke it, because I literally built this whole campaign around this post. It Like, what the hell, man? If a local guy with a local business who's targeting local people for free, like nobody, that don't even, it does not have an opportunity to put a credit card into the system whatsoever. I don't sell advertising, I don't sell anything. It is 100% free, a local community service. At least at this point. Eventually, sure, yeah. I mean, obviously, I want to make a living out of this, but I mean, for the time being, it's just like straight up free. And as far as I can tell, it is the best possible way to solve. It's the only option on the internet right now to solve the fucking loneliness epidemic. Nobody's even trying. I'm not some genius out there, but like literally nobody's trying to even do anything. And the vice president tweets about it. Like, I mean, we know this is a problem. This isn't some like made up thing. It's like, oh, we have an issue. It's not a men's problem. It's not a women's problem. It's literally in every bloody problem. The population's declining. Like the population is declining because people are not getting together in real life. That's it. Not on dates. We don't have to jump straight to a date. Like they don't have friends. People don't have friends in real life to go do real life things. For businesses, that means fewer people are going. Look at the restaurants that are struggling. Look at literally everybody around. So, you know, you would think it would not get nuked off of fucking Reddit for that shit. So, anyway, we'll see what happens, man. Hopefully they let it share. The stats that I did get off of it, I never even saw a comment pull up. I mean, obviously I was watching it like a hawk. From my perspective, I never had a chance to respond to a comment. What it ended up with was like 15 comments, or 15 upvotes in just almost no time. So here's what we got. So this is it right here. So it said, "Hi, Smithy. Thanks for posting on Kansas City. Unfortunately, your submission was removed. Please do not flood the subreddit with posts. You may only submit one post within a 24-hour period. Please wait a while and try again." All right. But here's the thing, like, how do I repost this, or do I just have to start from scratch? I'm assuming I just have to start from fucking scratch. Ah, anyway. I did message the mods to be like, yo, I was polite. And honestly, I don't think the mods in RKC, Kansas City do a bad job. They do a pretty good job. So I'm not trying to make anybody's life harder. I wish it was just more clear of exactly how to do this. Like, and maybe I just don't know. Maybe it is super clear and I'm an idiot, but I honestly cannot figure out what how to do this. So we're gonna try it again, man. Let's see what happens. Um, let's jump into our freaking restaurant week file. Here we go. Oh, computer needs to restart. We are running slow. Copy, paste. Fuck. So yeah, I have to wait for a mod to approve the post. So I don't know how to even. But yet, what it tells me on here is that. Hey, let's look at this one. Oh, here we go. Okay, so it's do not submit duplicate posts. If your post is automatically removed by the auto moderator, wait for your post to be approved or for a mod to provide a reason why it was removed. Yeah, 17 upvotes and one comment. I guess that was the comments, whatever. I don't understand how I freaking like here's the thing. Like I messaged the mods earlier. There's just no response. So like wait for the mods to approve your post. I don't even know if the ah I don't even know, man. I got so if I just slightly change it, am I in the good? Like is this I think this is just auto posted. I don't even think it's like All right. All right. So let's go with what? Approval for. Can I get approval to post this? Question mark. Um, good. Um, it's going to repost after the 24 hours. However, uh, all right, I'll do that. I don't think anybody's even gonna fucking reply though. Like I literally, it just, I think I just sent it into the void. Like I'm not even sure they're real people. Like I'm sure somebody's a real mod, but realistically, I bet 90% of Reddit's auto modded. Like I have no idea. Absolutely not. Or I'll get my account nuked or something like that, and basically the 15 hours of building all that crap out is wasted. Oh man, the kangaroos at the zoo. This is awesome. If anybody ever goes to the Kansas City Zoo, you can interact like directly next to the kangaroos. Can't, I mean, don't touch them or anything, but like you can literally pop in down there, and the zoo lets you take your own food. So you can pack a lunch. I used to do this for my son, and there's kind of a little sitting area there where you can basically just like have lunch with the kangaroos. It's super, super cool. One of my favorite spots in the city. And that's pretty much how they really don't care that you're there. They just leave you alone. What else is going on in KC? Somebody found a coyote. Nice. We had a threat at KCI. Sweet. Missouri seniors confused why property tax bill is not frozen as promised. Yeah, I mean, Like, cow, we had a giant meth bust in KCK. Good KCK. Lots of people with the meth were cool, and then oh no, like there's a best crab rangoon thing. The really free market of KC. This is actually pretty cool. I read this the other day. Um, so apparently it's like a meetup where you can take the things you don't need and trade them for the things other people don't need. Um, anyway, this would be a cool event to do. Let's take a look at who this guy is. All right, well, we'll wait on that. I guess we'll rid of that. God, that game was cool last night. All right, anyway, so here's I'll show you this really quick. This was a little bit clever. This is how I did the so this is how I'm using the ad campaign is to be like same thing for and then just whatever come back. I think I already said that. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. So it is what it is. I need a better Sharpie is what I really need. My Sharpie game is not cool, man. Like my handwriting sucks to begin with. So I think that's I'll stop by like an Office Depot or something like that. Um, damn. Well, this whole thing was supposed to be about literally this. I don't have any backup plan other than like continuing the other stuff, which I can't really do on a live stream because a lot of that's like just going in person to places, posting up stuff. You know, some of it deals with like personal accounts. I try to keep those a little bit separate. Like, all right, here's what's going on in the city. Barstool KU. This is so fucking embarrassing. That's funny. Ah, I could go rebel rouse on Reddit really quick. Somebody in Change My View posted up some crazy crap about how the let's see if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. The male loneliness epidemic is natural selection from Wordly Bandicoot, who has 201 post karma and 71 comment karma. All right, so and this is their only. Let's take a look. How many posts have they made? Oh, fucking nothing. Great. So it's a fucking bot. Awesome. Here's what they have to say. Women are allowed to have careers, build credit, own homes, etc. So getting married just to have a home and stability isn't necessary anymore. Women want to get married because they're in love with the person and want to build a life with that person. However, some men are not doing the things they need to so that women will want to be with them and fall in love. They either aren't helping around the house, are emotionally underdeveloped, not affectionate, or just straight up mean, resulting in divorces, breakups, or rejections because women don't feel fulfilled in their relationships dates. The men who do get married are hardworking, friendly, funny, supportive, etc. The ones who aren't usually end up alone and or estranged. Change my view. Yeah, I mean, I don't think she understands like what the loneliness or whoever this is, what the loneliness epidemic really is. Like, I don't even think it's about like dating. I think it's about people just like making friends, like real life in-person connection is it. That's the thing. As soon as people make real life connections, that creates the socialization so that when they do date, they are much better prepared for it emotionally, especially with like friends to talk to about your relationship. Like that seems to be the missing link. I think it's a friends issue, not a dating issue. The challenge is that like for the last 20 years, it's all been app driven towards dating. And so like it should really be like sharing experiences, which is kind of what we're trying to do. Um, This person says, I would argue that a fair bit of this issue is due to extremely foisted standards. Social media creates wildly unrealistic standards for both men and women, which results in a lack of attraction between pairs which otherwise would have been drawn to each other. She's an Arkansas aide, to use a gross old saying. I have never heard that before, but that's hilarious. The fucking Arkansas aide. That's so fucking disparaging. People are judged against their surroundings. If men and women set their Rubiks by Ukrainian porn stars and bodybuilders on steroids, the epidemic comes from technological and societal pressures far more powerful than a human mind is evolved to handle. Natural selection is still the process, sure, but nature is now selecting for humans who can survive a titanic algorithmic shift in living conditions. It's not the fault of the individual. Apes evolved from for quiet cave living. Edit. Single men and women reading this. Control what you can control. Delete Insta, Reddit, TikTok for a couple of weeks. Agree. Take a break from porn. Yeah. People around you will start to look cuter and you won't give a shit what people back home think of your girlfriend's looks while you're sitting on the couch happily with her. There's probably a lot of truth to that, actually. I think so many people want like a trophy image on their social media. Um, but you should not delete all the apps. You should go get the same app and just actually meet real people to like, I mean, that's kind of the thing is like if you're meeting up to go, if Bob wants to go to the aquarium, like Bob doesn't really care who he's going to the aquarium with. Like just go to the aquarium. Like I mean, so what if Steve has a wonky eye? Like Steve likes fish and he likes the aquarium. You're there to go to the aquarium, not to pose for photos with Steve. You know, I mean, I think that's kind of the thing. And eventually, it's like Steve has a friend whose name is, Diane, and it's like, oh, Bob, you should meet Diane. She's single. You're single. You guys would hit it off. And then the next thing you know, they have little kids, and they are turn out to be Arkansas aides. Problem solved. Like an Arkansas aide. Oh my God. I'd have been better off if I'd have never heard that one. Like that's gonna slip out at the wrong time. Yeah, this is a huge part of it on men's subs. I see post every day. Guys are asking what they should do. Blah blah blah, buddy. Da 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 da. So basically, you're saying that all men are suffering from mental health issues. I should really be doing this on the same one. I bet. All right, let's do that. Here, let's go full screen same. Why not? Let's. I'm going to have lunch with family, so I'm out of here in just like 20 minutes or so anyway. Um, let's jump into the fray. Come on, let's do this. I'll leave this one white because I don't want to mix them up and cross post. Man, that screen's so bad. All right, there we go. Um, yeah, welcome to my desktop here. Let's Let's switch it over just to maybe that tab. Nope. Maybe that tab. Nope. Definitely not that tab. Maybe same setting. That's not it. How about a window? Fun. All right, cool. Here we go. All right, man. Let's get in the comments and get hot. I don't think I'm gonna be too controversial though. Like, like, all right, this guy. I laugh because a lot of the poorest losers I've ever known had no problem getting a girlfriend or even hookups. They just had decent chat hygiene, were not assholes, and had plenty of free time to give the women attention. Be hygienic, kind, and be available to give a girl attention, and you are already ahead of most other guys. As I get older, I know a lot more women that are divorced and hear stories about their ex-husbands and their luck dating, and it only reinforces that and makes me wonder how these guys manage to make such an age and not be a functional adult that they can't survive without living in absolute filth without someone taking care of them. I think like the loneliness epidemic thing, like people like this, they, or who they're talking like you think about it and it's like, oh, that's one person. Like it's millions of people. Like I'm talking like I mean, realistically, I bet it's like 20% of the US population. Two out of every 10 people you meet is suffering from chronic loneliness. Like that's a big number. That is like yeah, there's some dude out there who's just a scumbag who's forever going to be lonely. Fair enough. Honestly, I don't think most of those people are even complaining about being lonely. I think you got like a lot of regular people who are just like struggling, and it's yeah, when people struggle, they vent terribly, and they you typically come up with bad ideas, but like for the most part, they're just decent people, men and women. Like I think there's a lot of women too. They're just like, um, and it's not even like I think some of the loneliness is like that people are just doing something to be doing something instead of doing what they're passionate about. And so the trick is to find something that you can do, that you can have the experience you want to have with passionately. So you got to find somebody else who's into what you're into, whatever your thing is. All right, the male loneliness epidemic isn't just about romantic relationships. It's also about men not having close relationships outside their romantic relationships to get the emotional support they need. Sure, it's something that ultimately an adult needs to take accountability for, but it also has to do with the way boys are socialized from a young age. Openly talking about this and addressing it is important. All right, so what are we going into with it here? All right, let's take a look at natural selection. What is natural selection? All right, so their theory is that the epidemic itself is natural selection, which would mean that it would have had to have been an epidemic before. But if it had been an epidemic before, it would have solved itself by now because they wouldn't have procreated and everybody born would be fine. So let's go with that approach. Okay. Okay, natural selection for that to be true, the numbers would be decreasing instead of increasing. Will eventually solve the problem. Natural selection will. Okay, so natural selection for that to be true, the numbers would be dis. For that to be true, the numbers would be decreasing instead of increasing. Increasing numbers show that a variable has changed to introduce a new behavior. All right, that's lame. I think what they're trying to say here is that I don't even know what they're trying to say. It's just such a fucking dumb point. No, it's a fucking bot anyway. Why am I trying to rebut a fucking bot? Let's see what else is going on in the loneliness world. Can I'm in our ball? All right, forever alone. Oh, I got banned from there already. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got banned from there. Oh, maybe not on this account. Yeah, there's some interesting folks in here, by the way. I don't know, man. People are struggling. Like, I don't want to make fun of them because, like, at the end of the day, like, never spoken to a girl at 28, virgin, never had a relationship, may never have one. Here we go. Wait a minute. Back. If I ever get a girlfriend, what do I even do with her, bro? I haven't even been on a single date in 25 years of my life. I don't know. All right, let's do this. It's okay to admit you don't want to put in the effort. I actually agree with this one. One of the things about dating apps and meeting people is it's actually difficult. It takes a lot of time, takes a lot of effort, way more than it should. Like it should not be that difficult to meet people. That was the whole point behind same same is like this it makes no sense to sit around and text people for 2 weeks to try and make fucking plans to go out and hang out for an hour. Like that, you invest 10 hours for an hour of socialization. If you go, you know, like not a great and this is for people outside of like work and like or outside of your friend group. Let's put it that way. Like that's kind of I think the point of same same is to get out of your friend group and meet somebody completely new. Like start bringing in other orbits. And in order to find those people, it's actually pretty difficult. People tend to really stay in their own little bubble and not want to get out of it. And I think the easiest way to do it is to like share an experience. So like obviously, yeah, man, go join go start playing tennis, go play pickleball. I get it. You can do all of those things. And I totally agree. That is the way to do it. Usually they're expensive. And it's like all of that is corporate now. Which is sucks. It shouldn't be. And so it's just so much easier if it's like anybody want to go play disc golf tomorrow at 3 p.m. Like, yo, I'll go and just go meet up and cut all of the corporate bullshit out. And that's pretty much what we designed, like just quick and easy. Or, maybe you don't mind spending the money. It's like, I want to do like pottery. Well, instead of just showing up and being by yourself doing pottery, which is a real risk that you spend all that money and you don't have anybody to share the experience with us, like you at least you're going to meet somebody there, on a first name basis. I mean, they're not your best friend or anything, but like it's a person you meet. Like, hey, Steve, let's make a mug. Cool, and then you get to know them. I mean, if they're cool, cool. If not, whatever. So I'm kind of with that. I'm not saying everyone here does this, but blaming outside forces for you not having a relationship only makes you a bit better person in the end. Yeah, these seem to all be about dating. Um, what is your experiences with forever alone dating? That's a thing. That's hilarious. Everyone there seems to always have their life together. I want to be with another loser like me. Oh man, that's one time I got catfished. Another time I met a girl and we talked on Discord for 2 hours, and then the next day she posted on IG about her new boyfriend. I haven't tried anything like that in years because it goes nowhere. I didn't even know it was a thing. Holy shit, this guy got responses. I got some responses, and at least one or two were interesting, but I messed it up. Uh, oh, there's a forever alone dating thing. Okay. How do these people find each other like in real life? They must not. It must be just like internet boyfriend girlfriend thing. Like that's not a real. I mean, I don't want to say it's never a real relationship, but not a lot of the times that's not super good. Like, let's be real. Like, you need to touch a person, like a hug. Like, people need a hug once in a while. Um, okay, it gets insurmountably harder as you get older. First off, let's get it out of the way. Being forever alone is a red flag more and more the older you get. There is no denying this. Of course, you should absolutely lie about your dating history. Like, you should absolutely lie about it. If you're ever able to meet somebody, how about just don't bring it up? Like maybe just don't say like the first, like just hold that one. Like if you had some relationships, yeah, I've had some relationships. You're not required to give a fucking detailed. All right, but the problem is eventually the facade is going to show. You're going to have to invent more and more lies about past experiences, not just sex. And unless you are a master of body language, it's going to be revealed in minute ways through your behavior. They won't scream, oh, this person has never dated before, but they will reflect some general lack of life experience. Second, as you get older and are alone, oh, it's like as you get older alone, you just become weirder. There's no other way of putting it. You can't mature psychologically unless you experience romantic connection. People will try to deny this, but it's just a cope. All the blah, 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 blah. It hasn't gotten any harder for me. I started out on maximum difficulty. All right, man, these people are just fucking lost. Like, I think that whole subreddit's that's probably just 90% fucking bots anyway. Let's just search Reddit for meeting people. Our dating advice. How can I meet people? Ah, here we go. 2 months ago. Damn it. Well, let's start with trying new and see if there's anything. Let's see what's going on just today. All right. Self-help. All right, here we go. I moved to a new city. All right, making friends as an adult is so hard. How do you do it? I totally agree with this. Like, I wonder if this is even kind of a real person. Let's see. Oh, majestic singer over there. 5 karma, 0 contributions. It's 0 fucking years old. Cool. Go out on a limb, say it's probably a bot. Let's just go to self fucking help. What do they got in here? Oh, you know what we should really do though is check back on fucking Reddit. I wonder if they messaged me. Oh, it's super annoying. That shit. Fucking nothing, man. Like I don't. What is the Reddit system? Just message the mods. I've messaged them before in Kansas City, by the way. I've never gotten a reply. Like it's. I don't. I don't think you can get a fucking reply. I, I think I'm just gonna wait until tomorrow. And if I don't get a reply back in 24 hours, I'm just gonna post it. They're probably gonna fucking nuke my account, but I don't know what else to do. Like it doesn't. I'm pretty sure it's just automated replies that I'm getting. Like I think I'm caught in the automation loop, and there's no real person there. This guy's addicted to porn. It's ruining him. Dude, you're addicted to porn and it's ruining you. Go, actually, go to Smart Recovery. Like I've known some people that have been there, and I think that's a good spot for that. That's kind of a good idea. I replaced Instagram with Wikipedia for a week. Saw someone suggest this here, tried it, day one, too weird, felt like homework. Um, I don't know if I'd use Wikipedia necessarily, but That's certainly better than Instagram. Urban isolation. All right, here we go. Everyone keeps saying go out and meet people, but nobody how are you supposed to do it without being awkward? Meetups feel forced and scheduled. Dating apps are not real. I don't even know what my profile looks like on this. All right, so I'm just going to say my solution. My solution was to build an app that matches people based on the event. Um, let's go on the activity. Um, I don't know. Like, I think I'm gonna get kicked out because it's a like spam. But I don't know how else to do this that it's not spam. It's like they want to know how to fix it. We got the solution right here. This one, I meet people through friends, especially by going to parties. I don't disagree with that, by the way. The best way to meet new people is to go to a bar and start drinking. No doubt about it. Become a regular at a bar. You'll instantly make friends. The downside is you end up being an alcoholic and destroying your life. So it's got some, a little bit of a yin and a yang on that one. All right, I'm developing an app that's event based. People join the event and then uh, that way you finalize the plans. I'm developing an app that's event based. People join the event. Let's plan space. We'll do that. Plan sounds stupid. Go with that. People join an event for their specific Why not? That sounds legit. All right. Oh, we'll give it a few more minutes and then I gotta run. I gotta eat lunch, everybody. So it is what it is. Today, come on, man, just approve my fucking post. That is, I stopped by unexpectedly. You are broadcasting live to the world. Nobody's actually watching it, but nonetheless, we document what we're doing around here. Yeah, yeah. So that was kind of the plan with the live stream. 10:30 tomorrow on post, and it